All right, guys, complex fractions. All you're doing is simplifying addition and subtraction of fractions in a numerator and a denominator. And then you're dividing rationals, keep, change, flip, and then we're simplifying. So everything we've done in P5, you're going to do in these problems. It's not terribly difficult, but you do have to be organized. There's multi-steps to get to your answer. You're not going to be able to just look at it and be like, oh, okay, I got it. So the two options that you have is you can find the least common denominator of each and multiply, then simplify, or you can find the least common denominator of the numerator, then the denominator, and then keep, change, flip. That's what I'm going to do. I find that that is the easiest way to do it, and less likely to make mistakes. So the first three are pretty simple, all right? What I want you guys to get in the habit of doing is I want you to circle your numerator, and I want you to circle your denominator, because we're always going to deal with them separately. The first thing you ask yourself is there an addition or subtraction problem that I have to get a common denominator? If I look at my blue circle, is there an addition or subtraction problem? No. If I look in my yellow circle, is there an addition or subtraction problem? No. So then your next question is there anything I can simplify? Can I factor out a GCF, difference of squares, anything like that? The answer is no. So now you're like, oh, okay, great. Well, all I'm doing now is I'm dividing fractions. So we're going to keep, change, flip. So I keep my first fraction the same. I change my division to multiplication, and I flip. This becomes x squared over 1. And then we simplify. Is there anything I can simplify here? The x squared and the x, yep. 1x will cancel out here, 1x cancels out on top, and all you're left with is x. All right, the first three are pretty quick. Number 2, again, circle your numerator of your fraction. Circle your denominator. We're going to look at them independently. I look at my blue circle in the numerator. Is there an addition or subtraction problem? No. Look at my denominator. Is there an addition or subtraction problem? No. So now I'm going to say, okay, look in your blue circle and your white circle. Do you have any denominators or numerators that you can simplify? Yes, all right. Can I simplify down here to x plus 2 and x minus 2? You guys agree? Okay, great. So now you're just left with division of fractions. We're going to keep, change, flip. So I have 1 over x minus 2 times x plus 2x minus 2 over 1. And now we go back to simplifying rationals. And is there anything at the top and bottom that's exactly the same? Yes, the x minus 2, right? Agreed? So what are we left with? X plus 2. And where is the x plus 2? In the numerator. Okay, good. All right, next question. It's exactly the same. I'm going to circle my numerator and then circle my denominator. We're going to deal with them differently, separately. In my white circle, is there an addition or subtraction of fractions problem? No. In my green circle, is there an addition or subtraction problem? No. So I'm going to then say, well, can I simplify? Can I factor anything out of that top fraction? Yes. What is my denominator going to become? X plus 3 and x minus 3? Okay. What about the one below it? Can I do anything? Nope, it's just going to stay as 1 over x minus 3. So now we divide fractions. We're going to keep, change, flip. And do you have anything that's exactly the same, top and bottom? The x minus 3s. Okay, good. What are you guys left with? 1 over x plus 3. Remember, if everything in the numerator cancels, you're left with a 1. Don't be surprised if there's a problem where everything cancels and you're left with just a 1. That's okay. That's totally okay. All right, so now we're going to get to the problems that I was describing at the beginning. Do you guys see? Look, circle your numerator and circle your denominator. Do you see how in the green circle, there is a subtraction of fractions problem, right? So all we're going to do is just simplify this and simplify the bottom, and then keep, change, flip. You're just doing 2 addition subtractions. That's it. So here's your division sign. Look in my green. I'm going to talk about colors instead of numerator denominator because it can get confusing. Look in the green. What would be my common denominator between x and 1? 1 is your common denominator? So what we did yesterday, guys. What's a common denominator? If I'm going to subtract those two, I have to have a common denominator. What is your common denominator between x and 1? X, okay. So what would I have to multiply the first fraction by, the denominator, to make it an x? Nothing, it already is. So it's 2 minus, what does my second fraction need? An x. If I multiply the bottom by x, then I multiply the top. So I have 2 minus 3x. Now we're going to go to the bottom. Do you see a subtraction problem? Yes. So what is your common denominator going to be between x minus 1 and 1? X minus 1, perfect. So my first fraction, what do I need to multiply my denominator by? X minus 1. What you do to the bottom, you do where? To the top. So I have x minus 1. My second fraction, do I have to multiply it by anything? No, so I just have minus 1. Everybody agree? Can I do any simplifying here before I keep change flip? What is x minus 1 minus 1? X minus 2, okay. And now that you have gotten rid of all of your addition and subtraction problems that were in your numerator and denominator, we can just keep change flip. So you have 2 minus 3x over x times, and when I flip, this becomes x minus 1 over x minus 2. Do you guys have anything in your numerator and denominator that's exactly the same that we can cancel out? No. So you literally just rewrite it as 2 minus 3x times x minus 1 over x times x minus 2. Keep those parentheses around everything so you know, okay, nothing cancels. Nothing's exactly the same. On the answer key, that's from tonight's homework, Miss Ferrier's old answer key. Some of them she left factored, some of them she multiplied out. I want you guys to leave it like this. Do not FOIL and all that stuff. It takes extra time and it leads to errors. So don't do that. Leave it in its factored form. Does this make sense? All you're doing is addition subtraction problem in a numerator, addition subtraction in the denominator, and then keep change flip. Let's go to the next one. All right, circle your numerator, circle your denominator, and ask yourself the questions. In my yellow circle, is there an addition or subtraction of fractions that I need to deal with? No, so I'm just going to rewrite it as x plus 5. I'm trying to keep the colors consistent. X plus 5, and I'm going to go ahead and put it over 1 since we're talking about fractions. All right, in my blue circle, do I have an addition or a subtraction problem? Yes. What is my common denominator going to be between 1 and 5? Perfect. So my first fraction has the 5. I don't need to multiply it by anything, so just write x squared. My second fraction, what do I need to multiply the denominator by? Times 5. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. X minus 25. Now, some of you are going to see something right away when you see x squared minus 25. What do you see? Difference of squares. If you want to simplify at this point right now, you can. If you want to wait till the next step, it doesn't matter. If you want to go ahead and write this as x minus 5x plus 5 before you keep change flip, you can. If you want to wait till at the end, that's fine. But you always have to fully simplify. So now that we've gotten rid of our addition and subtraction problems, we're going to keep change flip. So I'm going to keep x plus 5 over 1, and I'm going to times that by 5 over x minus 5x plus 5. Again, if you had left it as x squared minus 25, at this point is where you would break down the difference of squares. Do you guys see something in the numerator and the denominator that's exactly the same? X plus 5. So what are we left with? 5 in your numerator over x minus 5 in your denominator. If you guys take your time, if you have some sort of a formula or an order that you follow, this is not terrible. But if you try to do too many things at one time, it can get really confusing. Okay, circle. Circle your numerator, circle your denominator. Do the same thing, God bless you, every time. In my yellow circle, do I have anything that is being added or subtracted? Do I have a subtraction or an addition problem that I need to simplify? No. Look at your denominator. Do you have an addition or subtraction problem that you need to simplify? No. So now look at your numerator again. Do you have any factoring you can do? Yeah. What's x squared minus 1 become? X plus 1 and, good, x plus 1, x minus 1, and this is all over x. So you have your fraction bar. What does my denominator, it's another way I could look at x minus 1 quantity squared. X minus 1 times x minus 1. That's telling me, hey, I have two of them. So now, guys, we just have a fraction divided by a fraction. So we're going to keep, change, what? Flips. This becomes x over x minus 1, x minus 1. Do you see anything in the numerator denominator that is exactly the same? Yep. What? There's an x minus 1 and an x minus 1. Good. What else? An x and an x. Good. Don't be alarmed if on a test or a quiz or homework everything cancels and you're left with 1. That's okay. But what are you left with in this case? X plus 1 in your numerator and x minus 1 in your denominator. Perfect. Good job. Okay. What's my first step? What do I need to do? Circle. Good. I love it. Circle your numerator. And again, you're welcome to my color pencil. Circle your denominator. I have to deal with each of them separately. So in my yellow circle, do you guys see an addition or a subtraction problem? Yes. What's my common denominator going to be between 1 and x? X. Very good. So my first fraction, what do I need to multiply the denominator by so it looks the same? X. What I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So I have 6x minus 5. Great. Look at your white circle. Do I have an addition or subtraction problem that I need to simplify? Yes. What's my common denominator going to be between 1 and x? Very good. So what do I multiply here? What do I have to multiply the denominator by to make it look the same? Perfect. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So I'm left with x plus 5. Great. Now that we've gotten rid of all of our addition and subtraction problems that are within our numerators and denominators, all I have to do is keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep 6x minus 5 over x. I'm going to change to multiplication, and I'm going to flip. This becomes x over x plus 5. Cross it out. Now, do you guys see something exactly the same on the top and bottom? X here and the x here. Can I cross off the 5s? No, it's against the law. So what are you left with? Perfect. 6x minus 5 over x plus 5. Good job. Whoa. Circle. Circle your numerator. Circle your denominator. Deal with each of them separately. Remember, guys, this is a plus 1, and then this is a. So what is going to be a common denominator between a and a plus 1? Those are two completely different denominators, guys. You can't just add a plus 1 to something. A plus 1 is stuck together. The other denominator is a. So when we have two different denominators, how do we find a common denominator? You multiply those. So this just becomes a times a plus 1. So I look at my first fraction. It has the a plus 1. What is it missing? Okay. So we're going to multiply the bottom by a and the top by a. So that gives me what? A squared. Okay. My second fraction has the a. What is it missing? So I multiply the bottom by a plus 1 and the top by a plus 1. So this leaves me with plus a plus 1. All right, my denominator. Do I have an addition or subtraction problem to look at in pink? Yes. What's my common denominator between a and a plus 1? A times A plus 1. Perfect. So my first fraction has the A. What's it missing? A plus 1. My second fraction has the A plus 1. What is it missing? Is there any simplification I can do at this point? Look in your numerator. Can you factor that? What are the factors of 1 that will multiply to give you 1 but add to give you 1? If you use 1, 1 plus 1 would give you 2 in the middle. That's not going to factor at all. What about the bottom? Can you simplify anything? What's A plus A? Okay, so this becomes 2A plus 1. Now that you have everything simplified, you got your addition, subtraction problems in your numerator and denominator simplified, you just keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep A squared plus A plus 1 divided by A times A plus 1. I'm going to change to multiplication, and then I'm going to flip. So A times A plus 1 comes up, and 2A plus 1 goes down. Now, do you have anything, guys, that is exactly the same in a numerator and denominator? A plus 1. Good. What else? A. Good. Anything else? Nope. So you're left with A squared plus A plus 1 in your numerator. It does not factor over 2A plus 1 in your denominator. Again, if you don't like A's, guys, change it to X or Y. That's perfectly fine. Again, let's circle. Circle the numerator, circle the denominator. So here's my numerator, and here's my denominator. In your numerator, ladies and gents, do you have an addition or subtraction of fractions? Yes, so I got to get a common denominator. What is my common denominator between 1 and X? Perfect. My first fraction, what do I have to multiply the denominator by so it looks the same? X. What you do to the bottom, you do to the. So I have 2X minus 2. Look at your denominator. Do you have something that you can simplify in green? Do you have an addition or subtraction problem? Yes. So what's your common denominator going to be between 1 and X? X. My first fraction, what do I have to multiply by so the denominator looks the same? I have to multiply by X. What you do to the bottom, you do to the. So I have 2X plus 2. If you see simplification, go ahead and do it. But if you don't, no big deal. We've now gotten rid of our addition subtraction problems. So we're going to keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep 2X minus 2 over X. I'm going to change my division to multiplication, and I'm going to flip. This becomes X over 2X plus 2. Do you guys see anything that is exactly the same on the top and bottom? X, good. Do you see anything else that looks similar? You can. You can factor out a 2. If I take the 2 out of here, I'm left with 2 times X minus 1, correct? If I take a 2 out of the denominator, I'm left with 2 times X plus 1. Now that you have done that, is there more simplifying that can happen? Yes. Can I cancel out these 2's out here? Absolutely. So here's your final answer. You guys want to simplify as much as possible. All right, let's look at the last one. Circle your numerator, circle your denominator. I got yellow and blue. In my numerator, do I have an addition or subtraction problem? Yes, I do. So I have to get a common denominator. What is my common denominator, guys, between X and X plus 3? X times X plus 3. What do you notice about this circled in yellow? What kind of a problem is this? Addition or subtraction? It's subtraction. I'm going to go ahead and change this sign to a plus and stick the negative right in here, because what am I going to have to do with that negative? I have to distribute. So sometimes it's better to do that so you don't forget. So my first fraction has the X plus 3. What's the denominator missing? X. If I multiply the bottom by X, I have to multiply the top. So I have X. My second fraction has the X. What is it missing? X plus 3. So I have to multiply the top by X plus 3. So when you distribute this negative, guys, what do you end up with? negative x minus 3. Good. Is there any simplifying you can do there? X minus x is, yep. All right, look at blue. Look at my blue. Do you have an addition or subtraction problem you have to deal with? No, so just rewrite it, 1 over x. Now that we've gotten all the addition and subtraction of fractions out of the way, we can now divide. So we're going to keep, change, and this becomes x over 1. Now, do you see something on the top and bottom that is exactly the same? Yep, this x here and this x here. So what are you left with in your numerator? Negative 3. And what are you left with in your denominator? X plus 3. Guys, can you just cancel out the 3's? No. Do not cancel out the 3's. I understand on the answer key, things are foiled out. Do not do that. Leave it in its factored form. If you get x plus 7 times 2x minus 1, leave it like that. Don't foil it out. It takes time that you guys don't need to waste, and you also don't want to make silly math errors by doing that, so just leave it. Tomorrow, I'll answer questions on homework. I want you guys to work on your homework now, so I'll answer questions you have, and then we will start reviewing. I'm not sure if we're going to do the review tomorrow and the class kick on Monday or vice versa. I got to look and see which way I want to do it, but we're going to review for 2 days. I'm going to give you guys back your factoring, all that stuff, tomorrow, because Mr. Rodriguez is almost done grading, so everybody can have